since it says a jury trial, I assume that my statement will be directed towards this current
Yes,
judge as a jury?
Yeah, this is the jury and be the presiding judge, so, yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. TC Sample for the plaintiff. May it please the court?
It may.
Your Honor, opposing counsel, members of the jury, Hayden Duran saw the signs and failed to act. Today, you'll hear about two 11-year-old children, Jesse Duran and Sydney Park. On August 18, 2010, Jesse Duran shot and killed Sydney Park. Now, I want you to consider something. Consider your loved ones and how you would do anything to protect them. That's what Miss Park did when her home was broken into in 2010. So she bought a gun and stored it in the safe for the sole purpose of protecting herself and her only daughter, Sydney. But months later, she received a phone call that no parent should ever receive. The police told her to come home immediately. So she got in her car, she raced home, she went through the door, and she saw Sydney, her only daughter, lying in a pool of her own blood. Members of the jury, in the state of Midlands, parents are responsible for their children's actions. What you'll learn about in today's trial is that there were warning signs of Jesse Duran's violent behavior. Warning signs that Hayden Duran saw, Jesse's mother. Hayden Duran saw these signs and failed to act. The evidence will show that Jesse played violent video games, got into physical altercations at school, and had an unhealthy interest in guns. When Hayden Duran saw these signs, she failed to act, and that is why we're here today. We, the plaintiff, we are suing Hayden Duran for the wrongful death of Sydney Park through what is known as negligent parental supervision. To do this, we have to prove to you these following four elements. 1. Hayden Duran failed to properly warn Jesse on the dangers of guns. 2. Hayden Duran failed to warn the Parks about Jesse's previous incidents and interest in guns. 3rd, on August 18, 2010, Jesse acted in a way which created an unreasonable risk of bodily harm to Sydney. And 4, Jesse's actions were both the direct and proximate cause of Sydney's death. Now, when we say direct, it means but for Jesse's actions, Sydney would still be alive today. And proximate, meaning it's foreseeable. An accident like this can happen when you see the signs and fail to act. Now, today is not a criminal trial, this is a civil trial. Now, all this means is that when you hear the testimony from each and every witness, we only have to prove these elements to you more likely than not by a preponderance of the evidence. And to do this, we, the plaintiff, we will call 3 witnesses. First, we will call Dr. Campbell Solo, a child psychiatrist. He'll take the stand and he'll explain to you in detail every single warning sign that Hayden Duran saw. He'll tell you that when she saw these signs, she ultimately did nothing. Second, we'll call to the stand Officer Dale Williams, the first responder. He'll tell you about a confession that Jesse wrote immediately afterwards, after this accident took place. He'll tell you how Jesse shot Sydney. Jesse said that my mom never told me about the differences between video game guns and real guns. Lastly, we will call Miss Park to the stand. She'll recount that day for you. She'll tell you how her daughter was shot. She will tell you how herself and Hayden Duran, they spoke on multiple occasions. She'll tell you that Jesse's behavior was never brought up. At the end of today's trial, my co-counsel Maisha Ishmael will come before you. She'll remind you of the warning signs that you'll learn throughout today's trial. She'll show you how Hayden Duran saw these signs and failed to act. She'll show you how we prove these 4 elements to you by the end of today's trial, and she'll ask that you find Hayden Duran liable for the wrongful death of Sydney Park because she saw the signs. She failed to act. Thank you.